In the pursuit of success, we often look for shortcuts, quick fixes, or overnight transformations. But the truth is, the key to lasting change lies not in the destination, but in the journey itself. Every small habit you adopt, every shift in your mindset, and every challenge you face is part of the process that shapes the person you become. The journey is where you grow, where you build resilience, and where you discover the strength to overcome obstacles. If you can learn to embrace the journey, focusing on progress rather than perfection, growth rather than immediate results, you'll find that success is not just something you reach for, but something you become. The greatest transformation happens not when you achieve your goal, but when you learn to appreciate the path you take to get there. So, ask yourself, are you ready to embrace the journey and transform your life, one small step at a time? The power to change your life lies within you right now in every action you take and every thought you choose. When you look at where you are in life right now, what do you see? Whether you're at a point where everything seems to be falling into place, or you're in a place where things feel uncertain and difficult, one thing remains true. You are where you are because of the choices you have made. This may be a hard pill to swallow for some, but it is the foundation of everything we need to discuss about taking control of your future. It all starts with personal responsibility. Personal responsibility is the recognition that you, and you alone, have the power to shape your life. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that our circumstances, the people around us, or the world at large are to blame for where we find ourselves. We often tell ourselves, if only this had happened differently, or if only that person hadn't done this. But here's the truth. Blaming others for your situation keeps you stuck. The moment you accept responsibility for where you are, you open the door to growth and change. When you take personal responsibility, you stop giving away your power. You stop waiting for someone or something outside of yourself to fix your life. You realize that the ability to change, improve, and grow has always been within you. This is incredibly empowering because it means that no matter what your current situation is, you have the power to improve it. Now, this doesn't mean that everything that happens to you is within your control. Life is unpredictable. You may face setbacks, disappointments, and challenges that are beyond your immediate influence. But here's where personal responsibility plays a huge role. While you can't always control what happens to you, you can control how you respond to it. You always have a choice in how you react to your circumstances. Will you let adversity define you, or will you use it as a stepping stone to greater things? The most successful people in the world, those who have truly transformed their lives, are the ones who accept that they are responsible for their results. They don't wait for the perfect moment or for things to magically fall into place. They understand that if they want something different in their life, they have to take action and own the process. They take responsibility for their actions, their emotions, and their decisions. Every day they remind themselves that their future is in their hands. Let's break this down even further. If you find yourself constantly blaming your situation, it's easy to feel like a victim of your circumstances. This mindset leads to inaction. When you feel like a victim, you don't feel empowered to take charge of your life. You might wait for someone to give you permission or for the stars to align in your favor, but nothing will change until you stop waiting for external circumstances to dictate your future. The only person who can change your life is you. Personal responsibility means that you recognize the role your decisions play in your life. It's understanding that every choice you make, from the smallest to the largest, has consequences. Do you skip the gym? That's your choice. Do you decide to stay up late, binge watching TV instead of reading or working on your goals? That's your choice. Do you choose to complain about your job or work on improving your skills to make yourself more valuable in the marketplace? That's your choice. Your life is a series of choices, and when you accept that you are the one who makes those choices, You begin to see that you have the power to choose your outcomes. Imagine waking up every day knowing that your decisions, no matter how small, are the keys to your success. That's the power of personal responsibility. When you take responsibility for your life, you don't wait for someone else to fix your problems. You become proactive instead of reactive. You stop thinking, I hope things get better, and start thinking, I'll do what I can to make them better. This shift in thinking will move you from a place of frustration and helplessness to one of action and empowerment. Let's talk about some practical steps for taking personal responsibility. First, start with self-awareness. Take an honest look at where you are right now. What choices have you made in the past that have led you to your current situation? And more importantly, what can you change today? Self-awareness is the key to identifying where you can make shifts in your behavior that will impact your future. Next, set clear goals. When you know what you want and where you're going, it becomes easier to take responsibility for your actions. The goals you set provide direction and purpose. And once you set them, take consistent action. It's not enough to set goals and wait for them to happen. Personal responsibility means that you take the necessary steps every single day to move closer to those goals. No one else is going to do it for you. Finally, embrace mistakes and learn from them. Taking responsibility doesn't mean you'll always get it right. You'll make mistakes. You'll face setbacks. But when you take responsibility for your actions, you are empowered to learn from those mistakes and move forward. You don't dwell on them or let them define you. Instead, you use them as fuel for growth and improvement. At the end of the day, personal responsibility is about understanding that your life is a direct reflection of your choices. You are the one who creates your future. The power to change your life rests with you. It's time to take ownership of your decisions and take charge of your future. The best part? It's never too late to start. Hope is one of the most powerful forces in the world. It has the power to propel us forward even in the most challenging of times. But what is hope really? Hope is not simply a feeling or a wish that things will get better on their own. Hope is an active force, a choice we make each day. It's not about being passive or waiting for something outside of ourselves to change. It's about believing that regardless of the circumstances, we can make a difference. And it all starts with the decision to have hope. Hope is the foundation that will help you build a better life. Without hope, there's no vision, no drive, and no determination to improve. It is the spark that ignites change. When you have hope, you create a vision for your future. You begin to see possibilities where others see roadblocks. Hope gives you the strength to endure, the courage to act, and the resilience to bounce back when life doesn't go as planned. But too often people misunderstand hope. They view it as something passive, as if hope will somehow magically change their circumstances. The truth is, hope is not a passive state. Hope is not about sitting back and waiting for things to get better. Hope is a mindset, a commitment to believing that things can improve even when they seem impossible. Hope is the unwavering belief that no matter how dark the night, the sun will rise again. It's the belief that the best is yet to come. When you choose to hope, you are choosing to see your situation through a different lens. Hope gives you the strength to look at your challenges not as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities for growth. You see, every setback is a lesson, every failure is a stepping stone, and every difficulty as a test of your resilience. With hope, you refuse to give up on yourself or your future, no matter how difficult the journey may seem. In fact, hope often becomes even more essential during tough times. It's easy to hope when things are going well, but true hope is revealed when life gets hard, when you face challenges, when your plans don't go as expected, when you encounter failure after failure. This is when you need hope the most. Hope keeps you going when everything else tells you to quit. It's in these moments that hope becomes your greatest ally. Think about the times in your life when you've been tested the most. Maybe you've faced health challenges, financial difficulties, or personal setbacks. During those times, hope is the thing that keeps you moving forward. It's what gives you the strength to get out of bed in the morning and keep pushing forward. Without hope, it's easy to fall into despair, to believe that things will never get better. But hope tells you that this moment does not define your future. When you make the decision to hope, you begin to change your relationship with your circumstances. Hope does not deny reality. It simply refuses to be limited by it. It doesn't say, everything is perfect right now. It says, things may be tough, but I believe things can and will improve. Hope reminds you that your current situation is not your final destination. It's a stepping stone, a part of your journey, but it does not have the power to define your future. Hope also breeds action. It's easy to feel stuck when you lose hope. When hope is gone, we can become paralyzed by fear or indecision, unsure of what to do next. But hope sparks the desire to take action. It's the belief that things can change that drives you to take the first step, even when the road ahead seems unclear. When you have hope, you refuse to stay where you are. You understand that change starts with a decision to act, to move forward, to keep trying. But to cultivate hope, you must nurture it every day. Hope doesn't come from the outside, it comes from within. You must choose hope every single day, even when it seems difficult. One way to do this is through positive self-talk. The way you speak to yourself has a direct impact on the level of hope you have. If you constantly tell yourself that things will never improve, or that you're not good enough, your hope will begin to dwindle. But when you start to speak words of encouragement, when you focus on what you can control, and when you remind yourself that you have the ability to change, you cultivate hope. Another way to build hope is to set goals. Goals give hope direction. They transform abstract hope into something concrete. When you have a vision for your future, when you have clear goals that excite you, hope becomes more than just an emotion. It becomes a driving force. It gives you the motivation to keep moving toward dreams, even when the path is uncertain. Goals provide hope with something to fuel, something to aspire to, something to keep you going when the road gets tough. Surrounding yourself with positivity is another key factor in nurturing hope. The people you spend time with have a profound impact on your mindset. If you're constantly around negative individuals who doubt your dreams or criticize your efforts, it's much harder to maintain hope. But when you surround yourself with people who believe in you, who encourage you, and who inspire you to be better, hope thrives. The energy and optimism of others can be a powerful catalyst for your own hope. Hope is the fuel that powers persistence. It's the thing that keeps you on track when the going gets tough, the thing that keeps you pushing through obstacles. It's the belief that your efforts will pay off in the end. When hope is at your core, you keep going, even when it feels like there's no way forward. And that, my friend, is where real transformation happens. When it comes to achieving success, we often look for big, bold moves, believing that one major decision or drastic change will make all the difference. The truth is, success is not typically achieved in a single moment or through one extraordinary act. It's the small, daily habits that compound over time and lead to massive results. These are the tiny, seemingly insignificant actions you take each day that, when repeated consistently, build momentum and shape your future. The idea of small habits might seem simplistic, but in reality they are the cornerstone of long-term success. Greatness is never achieved through a single dramatic leap. It's built gradually through consistent action. Imagine your life as a bank account. Every time you take a positive, intentional action, no matter how small, you make a deposit. These deposits add up over time. The more deposits you make, the more wealth you accumulate in your life account, until one day you look back and realize just how far you've come. This is why focusing on small habits is so crucial. It's the tiny actions that, when practiced consistently, lead to the big results you desire. Whether you want to lose weight, build wealth, improve your relationships, or achieve personal growth, the path to success lies in the little things. Small habits are not only easier to implement, but they also set the stage for bigger changes. The reason small habits work is because they create momentum. When you start small, you don't overwhelm yourself with grandiose expectations or unattainable goals. Instead, you take manageable, incremental steps. Over time, these small actions build momentum, making it easier to take bigger steps toward your goal. And once you experience that momentum, it's much easier to keep going. Success is often the result of the cumulative effect of many small wins. For example, consider someone who wants to get fit. Rather than setting a goal of running 5 miles every day from the start, something that can be intimidating and difficult to sustain, they might begin by walking 15 minutes a day. That's a manageable habit. Once that habit becomes a part of their routine, they can gradually increase the intensity and duration of their workouts. Each day they are building consistency, and with consistency comes progress. Over time, this small habit leads to significant physical transformation, and the individual doesn't feel burdened by unrealistic expectations. Small habits also help you overcome the greatest enemy of success, procrastination. The biggest reason people fail to achieve their goals is that they put things off, thinking they need to make big changes all at once. But when you break your goal down into smaller bite-sized tasks, procrastination loses its power. You no longer feel overwhelmed by the scope of the project because you only need to focus on the next small step. You can approach the task with confidence and clarity, knowing that you're not trying to conquer everything at once. Another benefit of small habits is that they are easier to stick with. Have you ever set a huge New Year's resolution only to find yourself abandoning it after a few weeks? We all have. That's because in the beginning, we often set ourselves up for failure by trying to change too much too quickly. Small habits, on the other hand, are sustainable. By starting with something manageable, you make it easier to stay committed. You don't burn out because you're not trying to overhaul your entire life in one fell swoop. The key to making small habits work for you is consistency. It's not about doing something big every once in a while. It's about doing something positive every day. Small habits require regularity, and it's the consistency of these actions that compounds over time to create substantial results. This is the principle of the compound effect. Small, consistent actions lead to exponential growth. Whether it's reading a few pages of a book every day, saving a small percentage of your income each month, or practicing gratitude for a few minutes each morning, the compounding impact of these actions can be life-changing. One of the most powerful aspects of small habits is that they also improve your mindset. When you consistently take action, no matter how small, you build a sense of achievement. Success breeds success. When you experience success in one small area, it boosts your confidence and makes it easier to tackle bigger challenges. It shifts your identity from someone who struggles with self-discipline to someone who gets things done. Your belief in your ability to succeed grows stronger every time you follow through with a small habit. Small habits also create a sense of control. Life can sometimes feel chaotic, and we may feel like there are so many things beyond our control. But when you focus on small, positive actions, you reclaim that control. By intentionally deciding to engage in productive behaviors each day, you feel more empowered. You take ownership of your life and your future. Small habits are the tools that help you shape your destiny. Now, how do you start implementing small habits that lead to big results? It starts with choosing one or two things that you can commit to doing consistently. Perhaps it's waking up 15 minutes earlier each day to plan your day, or committing to drink more water. It could be setting aside 5 minutes before bed to reflect on your day. Whatever it is, make sure it's small enough to be manageable, but significant enough to move you closer to your goals. Once you've chosen your small habit, focus on consistency. Don't worry if you're not seeing massive results right away. Trust that, over time, these small actions will compound and create the changes you desire. Be patient and persistent. Remember, the path to success is not about perfection, but about progress. Small habits, practiced consistently, will take you further than you ever imagined. When it comes to success, one of the most powerful factors that will determine whether you reach your goals or not is your mindset. Your mindset shapes how you approach challenges, setbacks, opportunities, and every situation in between. It is the lens through which you see the world, and it influences everything from your behavior to your emotions to your long-term results. Simply put, your mindset is everything. The way you think will dictate how you feel and how you act. If you believe you can achieve something, you're far more likely to take the actions necessary to make it happen. If you believe that something is too difficult or impossible, you're far less likely to even try. Your beliefs, attitudes, and thoughts have the power to shape the course of your life, because they drive your decisions and your actions. Mindset doesn't just influence your behavior, it controls your outcome. The first thing to understand is that mindset is not something fixed or innate. Your mindset is a choice, and it can be developed and nurtured over time. While it may take time and effort to change the way you think, it is entirely within your control to shift your mindset from one that limits you to one that empowers you. The most successful individuals in any field understand this truth. They know that their mindset is a key determinant of their success. They cultivate a mindset that allows them to overcome obstacles, learn from mistakes, and continually grow. And this is what sets them apart from others. There are two primary mindsets that we can adopt: a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. A fixed mindset believes that our abilities, intelligence, and talents are fixed traits, that we are born with certain limitations that cannot be changed. People with a fixed mindset often avoid challenges, give up easily, and see failure as a reflection of their abilities. When faced with a setback, they may think, "This is too hard for me," or "I'll never be good enough." In contrast, a growth mindset is based on the belief that our abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, learning, and perseverance. People with a growth mindset embrace challenges because they see them as opportunities to learn and grow. They believe that with the right effort, determination, and time, they can improve in any area of their life. Failure is not something to be feared or avoided, but something to be learned from. When faced with a challenge, they think, "This is an opportunity to improve," or "I may not be good at this now, but I can get better with practice." The power of a growth mindset cannot be overstated. When you adopt a growth mindset, you become open to possibilities instead of closed off by limitations. You start seeing setbacks as temporary obstacles and challenges as opportunities to improve. A growth mindset encourages resilience because it reframes failure as feedback rather than a sign of inadequacy. It allows you to keep moving forward even when things don't go as planned. You'll start to ask yourself, "What can I learn from this?" instead of, "Why does this always happen to me?" One of the most profound ways a growth mindset influences your life is through how you respond to challenges. Challenges are inevitable. Life isn't always going to go according to plan, and it's during those times of difficulty that your mindset will either make or break you. When you approach a challenge with a fixed mindset, you may feel defeated before you even begin. You might tell yourself, "I'm not good enough," or "I'm not capable of doing this." But when you approach a challenge with a growth mindset, you take on the challenge with curiosity and a willingness to learn. You think, "I might not have all the answers now, but I'm willing to figure it out." Your mindset also affects how you see success. People with a fixed mindset often see success as something that's achieved by a select few, those with natural talent, intelligence, or luck. They might think, "I'm just not cut out for this," or "I wasn't born with the skills to succeed." On the other hand, people with a growth mindset see success as the result of effort, learning, and persistence. They understand that anyone, regardless of their starting point, can achieve success if they're willing to put in the work and continuously grow. The way you think also influences how you perceive failure. Many people avoid failure because they fear it reflects their inadequacy. But failure is an essential part of growth and success. Those with a growth mindset understand that failure is not a reflection of their worth, it's a necessary stepping stone on the path to mastery. They fail forward. They take each failure as an opportunity to learn and adjust their approach. Each failure is seen as a lesson that brings them closer to their ultimate goal. One of the most powerful tools in developing a growth mindset is self-talk. The way you talk to yourself matters. If you constantly tell yourself that you're not good enough or that you can't do something, that belief will become your reality. However, if you change your internal dialogue and start speaking to yourself with kindness, encouragement, and belief in your abilities, you'll begin to notice shifts in your mindset. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," say, "I may not be able to do this yet, but I can learn." Instead of, "This is too hard, try." "This is challenging, but I'll improve with effort." In addition to self-talk, surrounding yourself with the right people is crucial for cultivating a growth mindset. The people you spend your time with influence your thinking. If you're around people who have a fixed mindset, who see challenges as threats, and who avoid risks, their beliefs will likely rub off on you. But if you surround yourself with people who have a growth mindset, those who are open to learning, who embrace challenges, and who view setbacks as opportunities to improve, you'll be more likely to adopt the same mindset. Positive, like-minded individuals will support your growth, encourage your progress, and help you see new possibilities for your future. Finally, a growth mindset fosters perseverance. Life can be difficult, and success is rarely an easy or straight path. But when you have the mindset that challenges are opportunities to grow, you become more resilient. You understand that setbacks are temporary, and with enough effort, you can overcome any obstacle. Your persistence is fueled by the belief that you are capable of change and improvement. With this mindset, you keep moving forward no matter how many times you encounter difficulties. And that persistence, that belief in your ability to grow, is what will ultimately lead you to success. In a world that values results and outcomes, it's easy to get fixated on the destination. We are often told to keep our eyes on the prize, to relentlessly pursue our goals, and to push forward at all costs. But the truth is, the destination is only a small part of the equation. It's the journey that matters the most. The experiences, the lessons, and the growth that occur along the way are what shape you into the person capable of achieving the success you desire. Too often we become obsessed with the end goal and forget to appreciate the process. We think that happiness and fulfillment are waiting for us at the finish line, only to find that once we get there, it's not as satisfying as we imagined. The truth is, success is not a single destination, but a series of experiences that transform you. The journey is where the real value lies, because it's through the journey that you learn, grow, and develop the resilience needed to sustain success. Embracing the journey means shifting your focus from the outcome to the process. It means understanding that every step you take along the way is an opportunity to learn, to improve, and to build the skills and character you need to succeed. When you focus only on the destination, you miss out on the richness of the experience. You might reach your goal, but without appreciating the journey, the achievement might feel hollow, and you might find yourself chasing the next goal without ever feeling truly fulfilled. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing that happiness is a destination. They think that once they achieve a certain level of success, whether it's financial, career, or personal, they will finally be happy. But the reality is that happiness doesn't come from the achievement itself. It comes from the progress you make along the way. Happiness is found in the small victories, the moments of growth, and the challenges that push you to become better. The journey is where you cultivate gratitude, where you learn to appreciate the process, and where you find joy in the effort, not just the outcome. The journey also teaches you patience. We live in a society that values instant gratification, where we want everything right now. But real success doesn't happen overnight. It's built gradually over time, through hard work, dedication, and persistence. The journey teaches you that progress is often slow, but that doesn't mean it's not worth it. When you embrace the journey, you understand that success is a long-term commitment, not a quick fix. You learn to enjoy the process, to stay focused on the small steps you're taking, and to trust that the results will come in time. Another reason to embrace the journey is that it helps you develop resilience. Success is not a straight path. It's full of twists, turns, and obstacles. The road to success is often bumpy and unpredictable. But when you focus solely on the destination, setbacks can feel like failures. You might get discouraged or frustrated when things don't go according to plan. However, when you embrace the journey, you understand that setbacks are just a part of the process. They are not signs of failure. They are opportunities to learn and grow. Every challenge you face is a chance to build your resilience and to prove to yourself that you are capable of handling adversity. The journey strengthens you, and it's this strength that ultimately leads to lasting success. Moreover, embracing the journey allows you to stay grounded. When you're fixated on the destination, you can lose sight of what's truly important in life. You might start to chase success for the wrong reasons: money, status, validation, rather than pursuing your goals because they align with your values and your passions. The journey forces you to stay focused on what matters most to you, to reflect on your motivations, and to make decisions that are in line with your true purpose. When you embrace the journey, you realize that it's not just about achieving a certain goal, it's about living a life that's fulfilling and meaningful. The process of getting there is just as important as the destination itself. Embracing the journey also means letting go of perfectionism. Too many people are paralyzed by the belief that they must get everything perfect in order to succeed. This mindset can cause unnecessary stress, fear of failure, and hesitation. But when you embrace the journey, you accept that perfection is not the goal. The goal is progress, not perfection. You understand that mistakes are part of the process and that imperfection is what makes the journey real. By letting go of the need for everything to be perfect, you free yourself to take risks, try new things, and learn from your experiences. One of the greatest gifts of embracing the journey is the sense of fulfillment it brings. When you are fully present in the process, when you appreciate the small steps you're taking and the lessons you're learning, you begin to realize that the journey itself is just as rewarding as the destination. Fulfillment comes from knowing that you're living with purpose, that you're growing, and that you're making progress each day. It's the sense of accomplishment you feel when you look back and see how far you've come, not just from where you started, but from the person you were when you first set out. In embracing the journey, you also become more adaptable. The future is never guaranteed, and sometimes things don't go as planned. But when you focus on the journey, you become more flexible and open to change. You understand that your path might not always be linear, and that detours can sometimes lead to even greater opportunities. Embracing the journey allows you to stay open-minded, to adjust your course when necessary, and to embrace the unknown with confidence. It's about trusting the process, even when the outcome isn't clear, and knowing that every step is leading you closer to where you're meant to be. Finally, embracing the journey deepens your connection with others. When you focus only on the destination, you can become so consumed with your own goals that you forget about the people around you. But the journey is where relationships are built. When you embrace the journey, you realize that success is not something you achieve alone, it's something you share with others. The people you meet along the way, the lessons you learn from them, and the support you offer one another are what make the journey truly meaningful.